Hello Flosstube, it's Dawn, Frosty XStitch. I've put up my tree, finally. Yes, it's a real tree, that's why it goes up quite late. Last year it stayed up until, yeah, see all its beauty. It's actually got some presents underneath that you can't see. Some people have sent me some gifts that are wrapped and none are there, so. But not opening until the 25th. Yeah, train of thought right out the window. Let's just, I've got a list. The first thing, I'm turning off my phone so we don't get, I've got a new phone case. Christmas phone case. It came today. I was a bit late off the mark. Anyway, let's see. Yes, I was pretty sick for more than 2 weeks. I'm still coughing, sneezing. Basically, I've still got a cold, which is a bit inconvenient. Oh, up there you can see that thingy up there. That was stitched by Ingeborg. A stitch too far. I love it. There's something stitched. You can't, yeah, you can't see it there. Let's take this down a bit. Yeah, now you should be able to see a few presents. I know, I feel like I'm doing this for the first time, sitting in front of a camera. Yeah, maybe I am. And I can see that there's all this stuff glare in my glasses, which I don't really like, but can't really get rid of it because there's a screen there. I can maybe turn down the screen light. No, it's already down. I'm really doing this for the first time, aren't I? So let's just try. If I take my glasses off, I have no idea what's going on. So if it's out of focus, blame it on me not seeing. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pretty sick for, yeah, it was more than 3 weeks. I was at an event where in Switzerland we have a COVID certificate, which you can get if you've been vaccinated twice, have had COVID and survived it, or if you have a negative PCR test in the last 48 hours. And that was the 3G. And I went to one event, and, well, I went to more than one event, but this was a larger event, and everybody had a COVID certificate, so should have been okay. But as you know, some of the variants, you can get them even if you're vaccinated. And I tend to keep my mask on because, well, we have people in the house who are not vaccinated. I want to see my parents. They're vaccinated and have been boosted, but you can still, Omicron, you can pass. Anyway, so I keep my mask on, but at that event, everybody took their masks off, and it was an event where you were talking to people, and neither German or English would be their first language, so they wouldn't understand me if I would speak with a mask. So I had to take my mask off, and of course I got sick. I knew it's only a cold, but it was a really bad cold, because not having any bacteria or viruses, because wearing a mask for 2 years, yeah, it really hit me. And I had to wait more than a week to go and get a PCR test because my nose was so swollen you would not get the thing up there. But yeah, the PCR test was negative, so what I expected. So I guess that's okay. But like I said, I'm still sick. It's not gone away, and that's been a few weeks ago. And during that time, I could not stitch. It was pretty impossible to stitch. And I mean, yeah, even now, sometimes when I get a coughing fit, it's just like, no. My back pain, because being sick, of course, yeah, you sit or you lie, well basically I lie, and you don't move, and my back pain got worse again. So everything that I've been doing in physio and the chiropractor has been doing was just went out the window, and we had to start again. I do my exercises every day, but this is going to be a longer journey, and I'm sitting on the floor now and it's okay, but getting up, I have no idea. I'm going to use all the furniture I can find to get up, and then it'll be pain. So yeah, it's no fun. Having back pain is no fun. I know I get rid of it, I know that. It's not here to stay. But anyway, I'm going to try and sort of go by my list. Of course, no, I haven't got a pen, have I? So yeah, I know this is like really late, and but Mr. XStitch did another one of his exhibitions where he asked us to take part. I showed what I stitched. I showed it on Flosstube, and I probably mentioned that I was in it. I just wanted to say that this is the end product that was in that church, and mine is just about visible there. I'm just about there, so I can actually see myself on these pictures, and that's actually really fun. And it was all digital as well, so you could go and read what I wrote, why I put what I put on my thing. I talked about it on here. Anyway, it was fun to join in again. Like it was fun doing the bubbles. That was 2 years ago for Stanton House, and I hope he does something again next year or the year after. Anyway, I just enjoy. If I have enough time to do something, really enough time, then I do it. If it's like go and do and I need it in a month, then it's like no, can't do that. Anyway, okay, number 4, show my whips. I guess that's what most of you want to see. So okay, I have the Tea and Books, which is a HAED. It's a mini, and I have it on pattern keyboard, so I'm stitching the interesting part first. I might have a picture of, yeah, I don't know if this was about what you saw or if this already was further along, I don't know, but this is what it looks like now. Oh, hang on, I've got floss all over the place. Not prepared, Dawn. This is what it looks like now, and now of course I can't see anything, but I'm just trying to make it interesting. So I'm doing the teacup and the 2 butterflies and the saucer, and yeah, it's coming along nicely. And with pattern keeper, oh my god, it's a game changer. It really is. I'm slow on this, and I have stitched on this actually in the last week, but not very much. So after filming, I stitched quite a bit on it, and then it was sidelined by being sick. And after that, yeah, I only got to it last week. So that's Tea and Books. Then Roses and Lace is my second. This is Shanon Christine Designs, and this is what the white version would look like. So you would have like a grey fabric and a white, and the roses I'm going to do in red. She leaves it open. You could have like instead of white, do it in black. She also has the option of doing the roses in pink or in yellow. I'm definitely doing the roses in red because roses should be red, in my opinion. For me, this is me. Okay, this is me. For me, roses need to be red. But I couldn't decide if I liked the white one better or the black. So I chose grey. And of course I did, didn't I? Yeah. Anyway, I have these lovely these are sort of like clips, but they're like hair, you know, like hairpins. I got these from Vicky Stitch and Button on Facebook. You can get them from her, and they just hold my fabric, which I think is actually a really nice sort of there, because I stitch in hand, so I can just pick it up like this, and then just, usually I have the needle stuck still on the back of my needle minder, and then I just go on stitching. And this is on Pattern Keeper as well, so this is what I've got. I think this is the last square, and then I start going down. I don't quite know if I'm going to fill in yeah, I think here and there are going to be roses, but I might do those last. I might do them anytime. I don't know. With Pattern Keeper, everything is possible, I guess. I had a finish, and that's Gathering Acorns. This is by Luminous Fibre Arts Misty Pastel. Oh, now you can see all the lights through it. Anyway, never mind. I think I posted this on Facebook and Instagram, so you can see it there. I had to choose 2 different DMC colors because both of them I didn't have enough. So, and I don't really like orange, so it should have been more red. But I think it came out quite well. And this is going to be a present for my mum. It would have been for Christmas, but I found something else for Christmas, so she'll get it whenever she gets it. She knows there's something coming, but she doesn't know what or when. And of course, because I like these ones, this is a whole series. So we had Gathering Berries, Gathering Clover. Gathering Berries was in red, Gathering Clover is in green, Gathering Acorns is in brownish red, orangey. And the next one is Gathering Snowflakes, which is going to be looking like this. And for the others, I just used DMC or Chinese knockoff floss. But for this one, I'm using DMC 121, which is pretty heavily variegated. And yeah, it's not really worth showing. This is my start. Yeah, I started this and then got distracted. Squirrel! Yeah. I think lots of you know how that happens. Yeah, so I then had it, I saw that it was Randal Spangler's birthday, Sunday before last, I think, and I have quite a lot of his patterns, his HAED, from HAED. His artwork, Randal Spangler's artwork, charted by HAED. So I wanted to stitch on something, and then I realised that I've just been watching people stitching stuff by him, and I actually haven't started one. So I have one here, and it was all kitted up, ready to go. So I started StoryKeep. This one's called, what is it? Home is Where the Magic Is. I have the full pattern as a mini, but that's a paper chart, and as I'm using Pattern Keeper, I needed a PDF. So when there was a sale on, I got the StoryKeep, because I guess StoryKeep might be stitched in less than 100 years by me. So started this on his birthday. Other people sort of joined in stitching whips that they had or wanted to start or whatever. I just basically put it out there in a Facebook group, Full Coverage Fanatics, and it was fun. I got so many responses. It was really fun. It was just, you know, from me, it wasn't an event as such, no hashtag or anything, and this is how much I've got. And I think Jessie Marie Does Stuff showed you a cross stitch app that she's using mainly for full coverage projects, where you can put in, you know, every day how many stitches you've done, and then it will calculate how you can put in the finish date, and it'll tell you how many stitches you have to do every day, or you can put in how many stitches you want to do every day, and it'll tell you when you'll be finished. So if I would put in, at the moment I'm stitching an average of 90 stitches per day on this. If I would carry on with that, I would be finished in about a year. What? Yeah, but I'm not going to be stitching only on this, so that will not happen. But I'm enjoying it. Okay, it's not black. It's not black, it's dark blue, sky. And Pattern Keeper is game changer. So those are my whips, as in works in progress. So let's see, that was number 4. Number 5. Yeah, I've sort of picked up contact with Connie G. She used to have a Flosstube, she doesn't anymore. She used to have an Etsy shop, she doesn't anymore. Yeah, doesn't matter. We're friends. We've become friends, so that's nice. I know I need to contact her again. Sorry, Connie. Yeah, she said she's going to, her favourite stitching at the moment is ink circles. And I said, I found this pattern by ink circles that I actually really like. And I got it, and it's an ink circles. And if she would like to, you know, we could sell. I'm horrible at sales, so sales are start-alongs basically, as Shelley can yeah, Shelley can tell you, we do start-alongs. Ow, my back, I'm sorry. So when I told her about this, and she said she's been eyeing this for quite some time, but never actually pulled the plug. She's bought it now, and I said I have to change the colours because, for one, I don't have the code for colours, but I also, yeah, I'm not really a fan of the colours on it. So I chose colours similar to what's on here, but I wasn't happy. I just wasn't happy. And then I basically just ignored what the DMC conversion is, or whatever was called for, and basically went by, because I think this should be, yeah, this is summer, autumn, winter, spring. So I just went, what should summer look like, what for me? And I've chosen my colours, and I'm ready to go. And I start this sometime next year with Konichi. Looking forward to it. It shouldn't be too big, but it's full coverage. I like full coverage somehow, so even though it's small. So looking forward to that. That was number 5. Number 6. Yeah, I did buy a few patterns and charts, kits. I've got one of my unicorns, yay, but it's not arrived yet, so I can't show you. Lots of what I bought are PDFs, so can't really show them. And some of them haven't arrived yet, and it's a whole, yeah. I'll show them when I start them. Yeah, Tyron Valet, please. Not your latest, the one before that, I commented on that, you said you're going to start something new every day or every week next year. Maybe we could do that together, and, you know, then I can't do everything, and I can't do every day a new start, but maybe I can do like 2 starts per month or something. But I need somebody sort of like me, a bit disorganized. Sorry. But who's doing the same thing as me, and then, you know, maybe I'll start more things, because I have so many things kitted up, ready to go, which actually should be whips. I just need to start them. She's very good at that, so I'm not. Anyway, last year I found a newspaper article. Have I got a picture of this? This was my, I've been keeping an album of pictures on my phone for Flosstube since November last year. And I had this in there. What it says is the Christmas gherkin. And this was in, yeah, this was in one of the, where I buy my food online. It's a shop, is a chain of shop where you buy food, and they put out the information about the Christmas gherkin, and I really wanted to just tell you basically what it says. It's about the Christmas gherkin, and apparently this tradition should be really, really old. But is it just a legend, or is this just, something that came up through internet and whatever, or is it true? So, yeah, sort of the Christmas gherkin, and like, really, is this, joke? Because if it is, it's a good one, because nobody actually knows about it, and it's basically in the US that people are doing this, because in Germany or in Switzerland, we haven't heard about it. We've heard about it from the US, where you put a little gherkin, glass gherkin, like I've just shown you in a picture, somewhere on the Christmas tree, like hidden on the Christmas tree, and whoever finds it first will get an extra present. Well, apparently, this is from Germany, so it's possible. There are two legends, apparently, that could have gotten, like, taken to use this. And the first one, where it says that it's a story about a soldier who got really, really sick. And after he ate a gherkin, he suddenly got better. So he always now puts a gherkin, well, used to always put a gherkin on his Christmas tree because of that. Well, I wouldn't really know. I know that Swiss people and German people eat gherkins, but yeah, it seems a bit, yeah. The second legend says that it was a very poor family, and they just knew that they couldn't give presents to every single child. Large family. So when they decorated the tree, they put a tiny little gherkin somewhere hidden on the tree, and that child who found the gherkin first would become the only Christmas present. I think that's actually quite nice. Not very fair on older, younger kids, whatever. Anyway, so the author of this little thing, says that he thinks it's possible that in Germany in the 1900s, in the 1800s, something like this could have been something that you would do, because in that time you used to like and enjoy playing parlor games. You would hide things, and adults would play. It wouldn't be just kids. You would really have, games for adults. And as you keep the Christmas decorations from year to year, and you put the same Christmas decorations up, because the Christmas decorations that one had during that time were made out of glass and the glass bubbles, so you would keep them and they would be very valuable. So doing something like that would actually be quite funny. Anyway, I've never heard of it until I heard it from the US on Flosstube. I'm not going to put a gherkin on my tree, because nope, I have Santas on my tree. Unfortunately, my tree fell over 3 times in the last 10 years, so yeah, and I can't get to places that sell Christmas decorations, and buying them online is just not the same. So I need to go to a place where I can buy more Christmas, snowmen and Santas for my Christmas tree. Anyway, the author of this article actually says that he has a gherkin on his Christmas tree, but it's pink. I like that one. I just like the fact that his is pink. So you're probably going to find it. Maybe. Okay, that was number... Oh, hang on, sorry. No. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Seems to be okay again. Ow. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Number 8. Yeah. Shipping costs in Switzerland are going to go up. I mean, yeah, you know, shipping costs go up all the time, and due to COVID and blah blah whatever. But in Switzerland, the post office has a monopoly on letters, and well, letters is everything up to 2 centimeters. But the shipping cost is going to go up beginning of next year for letters, which has never gone up for 15 years or something. And international shipping will also, all shipping prices will go up. But international shipping, I will not be able to choose between economy and priority anymore. There's only priority shipping. So, I'm sorry, but if I want to send you just like a bar of chocolate, Swiss chocolate that costs something like $1, not even, and it's high quality Swiss chocolate, and I just put a note with it and wrap it in a bit of paper, it's going to cost me $5 to send. And it doesn't really matter if it's Europe, because, yeah, and the UK now doesn't belong to Europe, so that's going to be more expensive. It's basically the same amount for everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's the US, if it's Australia, if it's the UK, or if it's Germany. So, and Germany is 500 meters over there, and France is about 800 meters over there. So, yeah. I like to send Christmas cards and birthday cards. I might still send cards, but I won't be sending gifts. So if I'm going to do giveaways on this channel, it really has to be worth it. So either when I get to 1,000 subscribers, which is never going to happen, or when I turn 50, or if there's a real reason for it. But otherwise, don't expect me to. I loved sending out parcels, just little parcels, little gifts to people who watch my Flosstube. They're not even doing their own Flosstube, I just wanted to send them something. Or a letter to Betty, for instance. Yeah, it's all not going to happen anymore because I cannot afford it. And I know that lots of you have the buy me a coffee link in your description box, which can be used as buy me a floss, fancy floss or whatever, but I can't do that. I legally, I don't even know if in Switzerland I can do it, but I legally cannot do it because I'm not employed. I get half a disability payment. If I put this on my YouTube channel, they find out, this actually gets counted as income. So I would have to pay tax on it, and I would lose some of my actual income. So can't do it. Literally can't do it. But then anyway, I don't really need you to buy me coffees. I can buy my own coffee. I can buy my own floss. But it's just, yeah, it's going to, shipping cost is going to go up. Okay, that was number 8. Let's see. Oh yeah, number 9. I'm in this neighborhood association. I don't really know what to call it. We look out for our district here. It's a small part of Basel, which is very dear to my heart because I live here. It's a really nice part of town. Lots of old buildings, old town. Yes, we have Roche, big pharma company, and Novartis, and I think I'm out of focus, around us here. But I do voluntary work, and I started, I don't know, about 12 years ago. There was this group, and I wanted to know what's going on, you know, what's happening here, what events are happening, you know, what building plans are made, you know, there's going to be a new tower. Oh, so I joined them. I'm in, I would be in management if it would be a company. It's not a company, it's an organization, so don't quite know what you call it. There used to be 8 of us, and then we have the people who've joined. Now it's 4 of us, and I still actually enjoy doing it. I was going to leave because I know exactly what the other 3 are going to say every single time for every subject, but it's gotten interesting again, and we need more people. We need more diversity, because there used to be this one guy, and he drives bike, and he would say, you know, when I drive through here, I have these and these problems, and I would go like, oh, when I drive through there with my car, because at the moment I really need a car for my disability, so I would say, well, if I drive through there with my car, I have these and these issues, and then we would sort of sit there, and that doesn't mean that I have to be totally against what he's saying, but we would sort of just be able to discuss it and talk through it and find possible solutions, which we then would also share with the canton and see if the state would help us, you know, figure something out and change something. And it's a good thing that we're doing, and you get 2 times per year, you get a little magazine, sort of newspaper type thingy. And what we also do is we do the Christmas tree at the main tram stop. It's a tram stop and a bus stop and a roundabout and all at once. And whoever designed it is, let's just not go there, but it's a Christmas tree. We get it up every year. It's something that we organize, and as you can see, this is the Christmas tree, and it's at the end of the tram stop. The tram came down from the big side of Basel onto the small side of Basel. I live on the small side of Basel. That's why I'm on the border to Germany and France. And this is a tram that has just stopped there, so that's why our tree has this long stem going up. And last year, the women from the women's shelter, they actually knitted a scarf to go around. And this time they did, it's a sort of, I don't quite know what they did, but it's pom-poms on the tree. It's pom-poms on the tree, which I think is absolutely fabulous. And the decorations itself, as you can see the cars go around there because it's a roundabout. The decorations were made by children again. It used to be children from a school who would have to stay longer because their parents would work or whatever, and then they were roped into making Christmas decorations for our tree. Then they had to stop, and then we had somebody else do it, and then we had the women from the women's shelter do it, and this year it was children again, which I think is really nice. And we know which children they are because they live together in the same area, like really they know each other, so it was a sort of combined effort. And we check that the tree goes up, we check that the lights are on, and that the decorations go up. So this was then the event where actually this is not all the people that were there. There were more people there than this, and we had, I think you can't see it and I haven't got a picture of it, but here you can see the where that's the bridge coming down with the traffic, and people were just gathering around. We had mulled wine, and like with and without alcohol and other stuff to eat, and the children got gratimar. Gratimar is something pretty Swiss, I think. Not going to go into that. Anyway, so I couldn't be there. This is what it looks like. I just took this picture today in the sunlight. Everything was glittering and glimmering, and the tram really comes this way and that way. And these buildings here, that's Roche building number 1, which was the highest tower in Switzerland. Then Zurich got a higher tower, and now this one is Roche building number 2, which is now the tallest building in Switzerland, which I think will be overtaken in Zurich again. And there's going to be another highest tower, but at the moment they're doing all the other stuff in front. Yeah, and as you can see, it's a roundabout, so you get all of these. And of course you have then also the bus going through, like the other way, like this way. Well, actually here, this way. So you have the trams going like this, and the bus going like this, and the cars going like this, and then you have pedestrians going wherever. So yeah, but I couldn't be there because I became sick, because there was a family there who had a child or something who had the sniffles, and I got the bacteria and I was sick in bed. So anyway, but yeah, I think there was a good job done there. And thank you to the kids for doing this, and thank you for all the people who helped us, who sponsored it, and it was a success even though I wasn't there. Well, maybe because of that. Who knows? Anyway, oh yeah, we have one of these, like an organ. What's the English word for draaiorgel? I have no idea. It's one of these. You used to see them at fun fairs when they used to have a little, probably have a chimpanzee on their shoulder, and they would just, just go like this, and then music would come out. He has a whole museum of these, and he came and was wearing a top hat. Unfortunately, I haven't got a picture of it. He was wearing a top hat and really, dressed nicely, and did this. It's only an hour, and then there's and afterwards a gathering for members, because we didn't have an annual general meeting this year nor last year. We had to do it through the mail. So for people who wanted to actually meet us in person, we have this event that I also couldn't go to. So yeah, which point was that? I'm sorry, I really have to stick to my notes, otherwise I'm just going to not stop talking. Okay, that was number 9. Oh yeah, Christmas tree. As I said, I buy this Christmas tree, and this is from Laufenthal. Now, Laufenthal is, if you sort of drive sort of out of Basel and out of the suburbs of Basel, sort of towards the south, you come through a valley, beautiful valley. It's not mountains, but there are huge hills either side. It's pretty cut off. And you go through this valley, and it goes into the French-speaking part of Switzerland. So it basically goes sort of, if you don't know what Switzerland look like, it doesn't mean anything to you. But I know this valley pretty well, because my dad used to look after a bee house that didn't have any bees in it, but he would look after the house itself and the forest around it, and when we would go for walks, we would end up there or start from there. Now my brother has a house out there, so I know that pretty well, and this tree comes from this valley. They always sell on the same place. They always are standing at the same place, selling their Christmas trees, and they have the nicest Christmas trees, if you ask me. And this year I got a really nice one. It's larger than it usually is, but because it's very symmetric, the bottom part is the same width as the one that I had last year, but it's taller. Now the one that I had last year, because everybody, due to Corona, started putting theirs up at the beginning of November, because fake trees, you can do that. And I was sort of sitting here going like, when can I put my tree up? When can I put my tree up? Because if I want my tree to be nice for Christmas, and it's a real tree, I can't put it up before like the 16th or something. So, yeah. Anyway, I put my tree up. I decorated it. This time you can see the tree. Okay, so you can see the tree. Usually you cannot see the tree because everything goes on the tree. So I love my tree. Every day I would come into this room, I would sit there on my computer. That Sarah, Stitching Kingdom, loves so much. I would sit in my chair, I would watch TV there. Yes, everything that used to be here is over there. Or here, which you don't want to see. And yeah, I just enjoyed having a Christmas tree every day, because being in isolation, living alone, it's pretty lonely. Hang on quickly, I might have, no, it's okay. So I just enjoyed every day coming in here, turning on my Christmas tree, and while watching TV, just glance at my tree and enjoy my tree and love my tree. And yeah, at the end of February, my mum asked, like, did you get rid of your Christmas tree? No. And Martha said, Martha's my brother, this is going to be dangerous, you know, it's probably going to be pretty dry by now. And I said, well, it still looks good. It still did look good. It looked like it did the first day, but I had so much on it that you couldn't really see the tree. But I had enough water. It was still green. Yeah. Anyway, at the end of February, my mum told me, you have to take it down. So that's what I did. Well, it was really difficult for me to do that, because that Christmas tree was just, yeah. This is what it looked like at the end of February. It was a mummified tree. As you can see, the height is about the same, but I had boxes underneath it. I had a mummified tree. It was literally mummified. It didn't drop that many needles. Even though I had to take all the decorations off, it hardly dropped any needles. I just had a mummified tree. Anyway, when I told the salesman, and I said, you know, last year my tree lasted until the end of February, he said, that's a record. He's never heard of a tree of theirs keeping that long. I said, well, it was mummified. So, yeah, mummified trees. So what's next? Oh yeah, I think I told you before, but Shelly XStitch, her channel was taken down by YouTube. YouTube is doing all sorts of stuff again with, they did last year and the year before, they did things so that YouTube is up to date with all, oh my god, what? Sorry, technical. YouTube has to follow regulations for the US, which US company and whatever. So that was what was, so now you have the option, you know, to say I do content for kids or not. You have to put that in. Then they had to see that all the comments, you know, all that stuff. Now they've taken out that if you get thumbs down, nobody can see how many thumbs down you have. The only person who can see it is you. If you go to YouTube Studio and go and check on a specific video, you will see how many thumbs down you've got, but otherwise you won't see it. You won't see it on anybody's channel. There's a reason behind that, but I think it's a bit petty. Anyway, but now they have to also comply with European regulations for comments. And that's why sometimes when I go and I watch a Flosstube or Vlogmas, I'm sorry, but Vlogmas is getting a bit much. There are too many videos filling up my Flosstube queue, and I know there's a video in there from Caitlin, who used to be Big Apple Stitcher, and she's changed her name, and that's why I don't recognize the name, and she's actually fallen out of my newsfeed. Luckily, I've put everybody who's in my newsfeed, I put into another playlist, so that if they fall out of my newsfeed, I still have them, and I know which ones I still need to watch. But there are so many Flosstubes coming out for Vlogmas that I can't keep up. I can't even keep up with those. I can't keep up with the people that I want to watch, want to see. And then, yeah, what I was saying is I go and watch somebody's Vlogmas, and I see, oh, like 12 people have watched it. One person has put a like, and one person has commented, but I can't see the comment. And apparently sometimes the Flosstube board themselves can't see the comment, and I can't find it in YouTube Studio, and that is a whole mess up. Anyway, but Shelley's channel, she had just reached 1,000 subscribers, then got down, then got up, and then her channel got taken down. And they said she didn't comply with YouTube, blah, blah, and she couldn't get it back. They also took down her Gmail account. I got her Gmail account back, but her Flosstubes are gone, and they say they would contact her in 2 weekdays. They didn't. Then it said 2 weeks. They didn't. Google did not want to do anything. They said, you've already put a complaint in with YouTube. Until you hear from them. She still hasn't heard from them. So her videos are gone. But her new channel is It's Only Stitching. You can find that, I'll probably put it in a drop down box, but you can also find it on the community page that I have on my YouTube. You can find it there. And I just wanted to say, like, you know, if you want to keep your Flosstubes, you have to save them. Don't save them on your hard drive, on your computer or laptop or whatever. Put them on an external hard drive, or put them in the cloud. Put them on Google Drive, or put them on Dropbox, just so that you've got them in case you ever want to go back. I know lots of you say, I don't want to see myself on the camera, and I definitely don't want to watch again, but you never know. You might want to go back and check something, because lots of people start their Flosstube saying, this is a way to keep myself accountable, you know, and see what I've stitched. But if you never go back, then if you don't mind, then that's fine. Yeah, so back up. Do backups if you want to keep it. Yes, then I have the Under1000Subsclub. Now, that is a brainchild by, hang on. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to just check if everything is still okay, because as I can't see, I can see about to about here, but not, yeah, so just had to check, because I'm in IT, okay. Yeah, that's why there's a cable here on the floor, which I hope you can't see, and there's all the cables along there, because that's just me. Anyway, okay, the Under1000Subsclub. I don't need to go into it. I think you've heard that term a lot. You know why people want to have 1,000 subscribers. If you have 1,000 subscribers, lucky you. If not, like me, I've been doing Flosstube a lot longer than lots of people who have reached more than 1,000 subscribers. Whatever, that's just the way it is. But the club was a brainchild of Carrie Stitches, Sarah Stitching Kingdom, and Link is my homeboy, Hedger. And I think it's a good thing what they did, because we need to get some of these channels that have been out there for a longer period of time. They don't come up in your feed. If you're new and you've just started Flosstube and you've already been a Flosstube watcher and you watch certain channels, at the beginning for the first half year that you're putting out Flosstubes, you will actually turn up in recommendations, even if you haven't got 1,000 subscribers. After half a year, you don't turn up in recommendations. You just don't. So if you're under 1,000 subscribers, you don't turn up in recommendations. And even though, I mean, so many people know Kerry. I mean, Kerry loves to join in zombie run challenges. She does tiny biscuit news. She does swaps. She does whatever. People know Kerry, and it took her until this year and the Under1000Subsclub to reach 1,000 subscribers. Sarah, my Stitching Kingdom, I know I watched her, then I didn't watch her for some time. I started watching her again. I love her. And I don't know why she is at 750 subscribers and she's stuck there. She's now been to a retreat with all her virtual Stitcher friends and others, of course. Sorry, don't know this. Not talk about others, but she's not reaching 1,000 subscribers. Why not? Everybody knows her, but she hasn't got 1,000 subscribers. And it's just, why? Heather, Link's my homeboy, hasn't reached 1,000 subscribers, but she's taken down her Flosstubes. I hope that is a temporary thing, I don't know. But also, I don't understand why. Well, I sort of guess that with me it's, I talk. Because as you know, I live alone, I'm isolated, I don't get to talk very much. I love talking. I really love talking. So when I start talking, I can't stop, and that might be just too much for people. Also, I don't stitch samplers, and samplers seems to be what people want to see. I guess I don't also stitch what most people stitch. So, and I know that, yes, I took a year out from Flosstube. That was more just, I didn't quite know why I was doing Flosstube anymore. I was getting increasingly upset with Flosstubers, certain Flosstubers who are spewing hate, trying to make the world better, but doing it in a way that is spewing hate. And that doesn't work for me. And I did a mistake of commenting. I actually never take politics or any such thing on social media, but I did a mistake, and I just made one comment, and I tried to be very nice, and just could have been dealt with. It turned into something else. So yeah, I can understand that sometimes people won't. And also, of course, I mean, yes, I'm speaking English. My mom's English. I'm a dual citizen. I'm a British citizen. I'm a Swiss citizen. But my English is not perfect, because Swiss German is what I speak. So I'm different. I have different opinions. I have opinions on race, I have opinions on politics, I have opinions about everything, but for me, it doesn't belong into my Flosstube, or I don't want to put it into my Flosstube. I talk about Basel, I talk about work that I do. Like I said, the Christmas tree, for instance. I could talk about anything. I can talk about the First World War, Second World War, the Cold War. I read books. I could talk about the books I read, but I don't want to do that. And I guess I'm just not everybody's cup of tea. So that's fine. I don't have to be everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. It is okay. So I have 500 and something subscribers, and I have regular viewers. I have friends, people that I really consider Flosstube friends, real Flosstube friends who I communicate with, not only on my YouTube but also on WhatsApp. Then I have Flosstube friends who I communicate with because I watch their Flosstube, they watch my Flosstube, or they watch my Flosstube, they don't have a Flosstube, but I like their comments. I got a package yesterday from Norleen. She's a regular viewer, and I know that. I don't think she comments every time, but she might. I just know she watches every one of my Flosstubes. I opened the package and I took out a card and it said, Dawn, I watch your Flosstubes. I hope you'll keep on going. And then I saw that there was other stuff in there, and I just take that as a Christmas present. So it's under the tree somewhere. I haven't opened it yet, Norleen, but thank you already in advance. But I got the card out because Christmas cards have to be put up. So somebody who watches my Flosstubes took the time to write me a card telling me, please Dawn, keep going. And that was just okay. And then having friends like Amanda, Alba Stitcher, and Shelley, used to be XStitch, is XStitch on Instagram. It's only stitching on Flosstube, saying, hey Dawn, I want to see you again. So that's just, you know, okay, I'll do it for my friends. So if I only have 500 and something subscribers, that's what I have. And I'm doing it. I'm doing these Flosstubes for my friends. And then I guess I can just keep on talking, because I don't mind if somebody watches me in 2 months' time, because they had to watch all the Vlogmases and then all the WIP parades that are coming, and then, you know, and then Dawn sort of gets lost, and then they might remember, hey, hang on, Frosty XStitch, there was a Flosstube there, and they go and watch me 2 months later, and then they comment, and I know, hey, they watched me. So it wasn't just, you know, they do go and watch me. Anyway, the Under 1000 Subs Club. There's something that I've noticed there, that in the Under 1000 Subs Club, there are actually some cross-stitch designers. So this time I'm going to shout out 3 designers that are in the Under 1000 Subs Club. And I think they should not be. Okay, I've mentioned her before, Salty Stitcher. She has gotten from under 100 subscribers. Sorry, my back. From under 100 subscribers, she has now reached, I think, 200 subscribers or 250. I don't know. She's at 200 subscribers. She went to the same retreat where Sarah went to, and she sat at, I think she sat at a table with another Flosstuber who's a designer, 3 generations of stitchers. I think she was sitting at that table. I can't remember. But she went to that, and that people from that retreat have, I think they've started watching her, but I'm not sure if they actually know that she designs. She really designs. She's got a shop. She's model stitching nearly everything herself, because it helps her just, you know, tweak her patterns. And I like watching her. And she's in the Navy. Is it? No, in the Coast Guard. She's in the Coast Guard. And she has, I think she was in Hawaii, and then she came up with this Hawaii sort of sampler, and then she did like a bookmark with Hawaii things on it, and then she wanted to do something for the Coast Guard, and she wanted to then do something with the flags. I know that in the Navy and such you use flags to communicate, so she wanted to do something for the Navy, but then also for the Army, and you know, and she's doing that. She's also stitching a big, huge flag, American flag, but she's also got, she's stitching one of her own photos as a full coverage of lions. She's also she's charted. Just you have to go and watch her. Just you have to see what she is creating, putting out there, and I'm pretty sure that some of you have, you know, people in the Navy, in the Army, in the Coast Guard. You could go and just take her pattern. At the moment it's just the mock-up, but she's stitching the model stitch, so it'll just take time to get the model stitch out there. But she has Flosstube, so go on Flosstube and watch her. See what she's designing, what she's coming up with. At the moment she's doing Vlogmas. She has chosen to which project she wants to work on, put them on the back of cards that have numbers on from 1 to 24 or 25. So she doesn't know what's on which card, and then she turns it round and then she has to stitch on that what she found. And that's actually a good idea. And her Vlogmas are quite short, but you get to see what she's stitching on, and she's model stitching. So I find that interesting. Go and watch her. Salty Stitcher, linked below. Then there's this mother-daughter duo. I think they're actually Scottish and moved to New York, and they're called Tangled Threads and Things, and they create patterns. Small patterns, cute patterns. They didn't even know, I think they knew what needle minders are, but haven't used them yet. They then found variegated floss and are now using it. They're sort of, you know, I think the mom has been stitching for quite some time, and they've been sort of, you know, charting things, but they're sort of new to Flosstube, and I think I mentioned, why don't you use a needle minder? We haven't got any. Like, what? So, and I just like the interaction between the two. It's nice. It's just harmony between them. And I became a Patreon. Okay, I spend $3 every month and I get a free pattern. I think I should start stitching free patterns as well. But yeah, I've got enough stitching to do. But I get a free pattern for my $3. So you should go and watch them. They're really nice. It's a really nice and calming, and they don't have hole, and it's just pretty easy, pretty calm, nice, and ideas. They did this. She did this like gingerbread man, I think, where she could put a candy cane in between, like this, and then it was like, well, maybe you also should do a gingerbread woman, or maybe you should do it that you can put this or that through. So they interact with each other and come up with new ideas. So you should watch them, linked below. And then if you like it a bit more lively, Happy Cat Stitchery. Oh my god, I think it's Lisa and, oh my god, it just went out of my mind, Martha. She's the cook, and they film in Hillcrest Inn, Virginia. It's an inn, so it's, you know, it's a house, and they have it decorated, and oh my god, it's beautiful. And a cook, she actually creates a dessert every single time they film, and then brings it along, and I have to watch them eat the dessert, and she's describing it, and they're eating it, and I just want to join in. Anyway, I'm mentioning them because Happy Cat Stitchery has been doing punch needle designs for the Punch Needle Primitive Cross Stitch, that magazine. She's been doing punch needle designs for that magazine. She's been doing punch needle designs for some time. She's now also doing cross stitch designs. And I actually won, not one, but 2 giveaways on the same Flosstube. And I told her that, you know, shipping to Switzerland might be expensive. So, you know, I would understand if she doesn't want to ship it to Switzerland. But she did. She sent it. It hasn't arrived yet, but that's fine. I can do Christmas. As you know, it'll stay up until end of February. So if she sends it and it gets here after Christmas, I still put it on my tree. Yeah, and then because we had to interact, you know, through email, she actually sent me one of her cross-stitch designs as a sort of something to stitch for Christmas. And oh my God, she didn't need to do that, but that was so nice. And she has a website, happycapstitchery.com, that you can go on to. You can find all the patterns on there. And they're planning a retreat, I think with the Punch Needle and Primitive magazine, next year. Around, I don't know, I think probably October, November, beginning of December, in this Hillcrest Inn in Virginia. And they're already talking about what they're going to do in grab bags and table fairies, and she's going to design something for the retreat. And with that cook in that place, I would love to go, but unfortunately it's in the US and Corona's still around, so I definitely won't be doing, yeah. But they just put up yesterday, today, whatever, time zones, I don't know. You can see what it looks like now with the Christmas decorations up. So you can actually see where you would be staying for the retreat. And Christmas decorations might already be up. And I can just tell you, I worked in a kitchen. We never did anything that looked remotely as good as what I've already seen on their Flosstubes. So if you like food and you want to go to a cross-stitch retreat, you might want to watch them and sign up. I think they have a Facebook. I'm not sure. You have to go and check it out, because I know I can't go, so I'm not going to check it out. But I watched their walkthrough thingy. It's just with music. You can just watch it. It's just with music. It's 12 minutes long. Oh my God, I want to go there. I want to stay there. But yeah. So those are three designers on Flosstube in an Under 1000 Subs Club. I know there are more out there. Anyway, last point of business. I put, because now, you know, because I'm over 500 subscribers, I can use the community tab. Sarah pointed that out, Stitching Kingdom. She's using it now all the time. I put on there that I wanted to know, Alba Stitcher had asked me, Dawn, if I want to do a full coverage, how do I start? Where do I start? What do I need to think about? Where would I find patterns? What would I need to, you know, how will I know if I would like it, you know? So I put it on there, just a sort of poll. Would you want me to do something like that? Because there are people who have playlists for full coverage that you can check out and look at. Then of course there are people who are really into full coverage. So like Sarah Stitching Mummy, she has so many full coverages on go. She also has Stitch With Me's, where she stitches in the full coverage and talks about what she's doing and why she's doing it like this. Or the Rocking Stitcher, who has so many HAEDs on the go and some other full coverages. And you can always ask her. I think I asked her how she stores her floss, because you have something like 90 colors for a HAED. How do you work with your floss? How do you store your floss? How do you use your floss? I've been trying different things. For me, until now, the best thing is still from Bags Plus a 90 pocket floss body. That's still what works best for me, personally. But I can't afford to buy a 90 pocket floss body for every full coverage that I have. And at the moment, she doesn't have that many up in her shop, or in the last half year, that have fabric that I would like, and I don't want to. She's doing so many already that, yeah. So I asked the rocking stitcher, how do you do it? And she then, I think in the second to last Flosstube that she put out, she explained it. She explained what she does, because apparently I was not the only one who wanted to know. So I'm going to try and do a series of how I start thinking about starting a new full coverage, and then like the websites that you can find and what I've found out about them. And I want to do it pretty neutral, as in just showing what is there, what my thoughts are, like why do I start on the top right? Why do I not start at the top left? Why don't I start at the bottom? I would show why. Yeah, just go into details. But I'm going to do that next year, because I was going to do it for Vlogmas, but then of course, yeah, no, that didn't happen. But that's something that I'm planning on doing, and I really hope that I can do it in chunks, in little chunks, that it's not overwhelming, and then also put it in a playlist, but also give credit to people who've already done this, where I can go and, you know, pick out things that they've said and put it all together. Anyway, that was my, let's see, yeah, why is this still on? No idea. Alright, that was everything from my list as far as I know. So, yeah. You probably saw this. It says, you know, last Christmas, na, 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 mask Christmas, and got this from Carrie. So every year around Christmas time, I somehow stumble across this, and then put it onto something and then forget about it. I'm sorry, Carrie. I really love it. So yeah, I'm not a jewelry sort of person, so I don't have pierced ears, and I have rings, but then I take them off when I go for a shower and then forget about them. I like armband, but yeah, never really love them, but never wear them. Yesterday I painted my nails, and oh my god, I can't, for the life of me, I can't. I paint everything else except the nails, and then I do it so that I thought, okay, this is good, I've got it done, and I just, you know, for drying it, and after about an hour I thought, okay, it's dry. I don't know what I did, and it's just basically scraped off the whole thing. So yeah, I then decided to scrape them all off because it was still possible, and then just took nail varnish and removed it, so I can still smell the nail varnish. Really annoyed by that. Sorry. Okay. It's just I forget to turn off but I'm sorry, I have COVID brain. I really have COVID brain. That is a thing. Screensaver. Thank you. Screensaver comes on, then the camera doesn't. Anyway, now I lost my train of thought. So yeah, that was my nail varnish disaster yesterday. And I think, well, of course I could go on talking for, I don't know how long, but I don't know how long this video is, and it's probably an hour long. And I know that with all the Vlogmases out there, most of you will not get to watch me before Christmas. That's fine. Anyway, so just I would say be kind to each other. Just, you don't know what people are going through in life, what their personal issues are. You don't know if they're happy, if they're sad. because I can mask when I'm having a really, really bad day. I can mask it so well that people think it was my best day ever, and it's not. Some people have opened up over Vlogmas because they've been filming every day, so suddenly it's like getting normal to be in front of the camera, and I've heard a few things that are personal, really personal, and I would like to just tell some of these people, and I hope you know who you are. They're people who've been doing Vlogmas and who have been watching, who are struggling with issues that some of them I have and others I don't. Just know that if I could, I would just give you a really big hug, and just give you a hug. And I can't tell you it's going to be okay, because I don't know that, but I can tell you that life's going to go on, and hopefully with you and with me. And mental health is important, and you should take time out of your day for yourself. If this is just to sit down and drink a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, if it's to sit down and stitch for 5 minutes, if it is to put on your jogging gear and go for a run, or get on your Wellington boots and go and stomp in any puddles that you can find, if it's driving the car and just going and look at Christmas lights, do it. Just take the time. And it doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes or if it's an hour. Take time for yourself. If you're having issues with your family, allow yourself to say no. Allow yourself to say, okay, I'm going to do this with you, but to here, not further. Look after yourself, especially over holidays when lots of people are not working and families gather. Be safe. Wear a mask. Just bloody wear a mask, because if you wear a mask, you're doing that for the other people. The mask is not going to save you. It does help you to wear a mask, but it helps you not to spread COVID further, or the cold, or the flu. So wear a mask, just wear a mask, and then if you're wearing a mask, most likely other people will wear a mask too. So just know, if you can't go on, or if somebody's saying something that you can't deal with, breathe. Just breathe. And take a breath in and realize that you're still standing, you're still here, you're still yourself, no matter what the other people are talking about. It helps me. So, anyway, Merry Christmas, and I don't think I'll see you before Happy New Year. I don't celebrate, because, I'll probably watch a film that goes 2.5 hours, whatever, and then people are going to let off fireworks and really piss me off. And if I remember, I drank my Guinness. That's been there, that I should have drunk for my birthday, which I didn't do because I forgot. I'm still talking, I know. I'm letting you go. Just, if you watch this, leave me an emoji. Leave me an emoji. If you don't want to comment, leave me an emoji. That would be fine. Put a thumbs up. Put a subscribe if you haven't already. If you don't, I'm not mad. It's fine. You do you, I do me. And you need a Christmas tree. Everybody needs a Christmas tree. Even though mine, you see a lot of tree this year, which is very unusual for me. But just stitch. Get stitching out. Stitching is meditation for the soul. And Christmas comes once a year. And don't tell me, oh my God, I forgot that Christmas is coming and I couldn't send out cards because of whatever reason. If you didn't send cards, you didn't send cards. You don't need a reason for it. It's fine. I like sending out Christmas cards. That's why I do it. Because I want people to know that I'm thinking of them. And I know that I wanted to send out even more. But I send out so many. And I can actually buy, and that's what I'm going to do next year probably, the advent box that Alba Stitcher is unboxing. She's doing it not every day, she's doing it in chunks of 6 days. And if you haven't seen it yet, if you like fabric, hand-dyed fabric, you need to see that box. Now, with the money that I've used only on shipping cost this Christmas, I can buy the most expensive of advent boxes, like the one that Alba Stitcher is now showing. So I'll leave you with that. I might still send a few Christmas cards next year, but it will be mightily reduced just because I will not be able to afford it. Definitely not if I don't get a job, which is now even more unlikely than it was a year before or the year before that. So I'm still talking. I know. Sorry about that. But I'm definitely going to go. Have a lovely Christmas. Look after yourself. Have a great start into the new year. And you know, new year, new start. Nobody will know if you started the day before or 3 days later. Okay? Nobody will know. So start whenever it's right for you. Because if you're hungover on the 1st and you really don't want to start on the 2nd. Start on the 2nd. If you wanted to start something on Christmas and then you drink eggnog or glühwein or whatever, then don't start on Boxing Day or on Christmas Day. Just start whenever. It's fine. Anyway, frohe Weihnachten, alles Gute, guten Rutsch ins neue Jahr. Für alle Schweizer. Nicht für Zürcher. Alle anderen. Und Skifahren 2G. Ich weiss im Moment 3G, 2G. Nicht vergessen. Wir sollten nicht Skifahren. Wir haben eine Pandemie. Falls ihr es noch nicht gemerkt habt. Aber wenn ihr gerne Omikron kriegt, geht Skifahren. Man sieht sich dann wieder auf der Intensivstation. Dankeschön vielmals. Happy Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Solstice, which is tomorrow. Happy whatever you celebrate. Happy just every day if you don't celebrate anything. Now I'm going to stop talking and let you go. Happy stitching, everybody. Bye.